So earlier today, I think you all know, the first shipments of humanitarian assistance arrived on the shores of Gaza through the multinational humanitarian maritime corridor that the President announced during his State of the Union address. As we speak, additional aid from the United States and other countries is arriving in Cyprus, where it will be screened by Israeli authorities and loaded onto ships for delivery via the maritime corridor, the temporary pier that we've been talking about. And here you can see trucks just today. The first truck includes pallets from the UAE, as a matter of fact, heading across that causeway, that temporary causeway, onto the beach. And once in Gaza, once on the beach, the aid will be distributed to those in need by the United Nations. So in less than 2 months, the United States was able to assemble a complex multinational logistical mechanism to facilitate the delivery of life-saving assistance in Gaza, to galvanize commitments from partners around the world, and to leverage the United Nations logistical capabilities to facilitate the distribution of this aid inside Gaza. Through the Humanitarian Maritime Corridor, USAID plans to provide initial contributions of more than 170 metric tons of nutrient-rich food bars to support 11,000 of the most vulnerable children and adults, ready-to-use therapeutic foods to treat more than 7,200 cases of severe wasting in children, and nearly 90 metric tons of critical supplies such as plastic sheeting for shelter, jerry cans to hold clean water, and hygiene kits to support more than 33,000 people. And just today, as you're seeing here, we were able to get more than 300 pallets of some of that material in there. But we hope to be able to increase the number of pallets that get in over the coming days and keep that sustainable. And we'll keep you updated, of course. All of this assistance is in addition to the thousands of tons of food and other non-food items that are being provided by a number of international partners, including, as I said, the UAE, the United Kingdom, EU, to name a few, as well as resources to support the overall mission, including critical equipment to move that assistance. In recent days, we've seen some progress in the number of trucks entering Gaza via the land crossings as well. Yesterday, more than 360 trucks moved into Gaza. Between April 5th and May 16th, an average of 176 trucks entered Gaza every single day. It's not enough. I recognize that. We all recognize that. But it is ongoing, and we're hoping to get it increased. I do want to make one important point on this before I leave this topic. There is a robust security plan for this effort, and we remain vigilant to potential threats to our service members that are working on the pier and humanitarian aid organizations and workers helping with the distribution and the collection at the marshalling area on the ground. It remains a top priority. We're going to remain laser focused on ensuring the safety of everybody involved in this effort. We're going to continue to talk to the Israelis about alternatives to major ground operations in Rafah. That is not what they're conducting right now. And they have assured us that they are willing to continue to have those discussions with us before they make any major decisions. And I'll leave it at that. When you get the material ashore, it goes into what we would call a marshalling area. So it's a part of the beach where it can be placed safely until it can be then head out on trucks into Gaza. I would just say that there's an adequate security apparatus in place for that purpose, and I think I need to leave it at that. They're not worried about the Israelis striking the convoys of trucks that are coming off of that pier. They are actually participating in helping marshal that material ashore and then get it into Gaza, so that's not a concern. But it's important that Rafah open immediately. Other crossings are open, but there's been challenges with getting some of that aid through those crossings, particularly protest activity on the Israeli side. And those delays, those problems have got to be solved. And I have no doubt that Mr. Sullivan will raise those issues as well when he's over there. But this is meant to be additive, this temporary pier. Additive, not an alternative. There's just no alternative, really, to getting trucks in on the ground.